Hi everyone, it's Felicity and we're back in the Potli kitchen. Today we have our live series, Potluck Live. It's a series in which we use Potli's essential ingredients, our raw honey, olive oil, chili oil, apple cider vinegar, and Sriracha. We partner with Lacuna Kitchen on this and his amazing Freshiez box. This week we have kale radicchio, cattle franco radicchio, purple Peruvian fingerlings, pink pearl apples. It's special and we get to use those today. Rosemary, avocados, and shallots. So if you want to purchase your Freshiez box, $25. If you want it delivered, it's $5 additional in San Francisco. Please go to Lacuna Kitchen SF. Check them out there. Of course, if you want a re-up at any Potli's ingredients for the CBD stuff, you can feel free to go to potlishop.com. We just did a revamp on our website. I'm a sous chef today for a very special Daniel Lay.
Hello, my name is Daniel Lay. I am a recent graduate of the Culinary Institute of America and Bay Area chef. Yup, we're all from the Bay. And yeah, so.
You're sweating a little today.
I am.
It's a little hot.
It's really hot. The smoke just.
We're just very thankful for the fresh air that we do have today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's been we've been in smoke and clouds for the longest time. And it's really nice to finally see blue skies.
Yeah.
So.
Tell me a little bit about the two things that you're making today.
So today I'm making two Vietnamese snacks. One's called Vietnamese pizza, or it's called Vietnamese pizza, but it's, in Vietnamese it's called Bánh, Nướng. It's originated from Khoái, which is like central Vietnam. And we use these rice papers right here as a base, kind of like the pizza dough, and a binder with eggs, and then really you can put any toppings on it. We'll put a little bit of like ginger scallion sauce, a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of peanuts, just like, you know, go to town with it.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the second dish is another Khoái specialty. It's called Bánh, which is a batter mixed with like rice flour, coconut milk, a little bit of turmeric for color and flavor, and then it's fried up, and you can also put like just about anything in it. We're going to put some barbecue pork inside there, a little bit of bean sprouts. We're also going to put in some of the very nice pink apples that we got in the Lacuna box.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Putting a little bit of something sweet.
Yeah.
Something savory.
I love using like sweet and savory mixture in my food. I think it like kind of, you know, makes the food a lot more exciting and kind of refreshes your palate while you're eating, especially when you're eating like kind of fried and greasy food. That little bite of like freshness will be really nice.
Yum. All right. Well, we're getting started already. We're just peeling the layers here. This is actually one of my favorite tools. It's a salad washer. Thank you so much, Sophia, for letting us borrow indefinitely your salad washer. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing post culinary school. You've started kind of your, since COVID, you started something of your own.
Yes.
That's delivering on a weekly basis. Tell us about that.
Yes. So right after COVID, well, actually right before COVID, I graduated in February and came back, which I was very fortunate to. And I was working at this Korean fine dining restaurant in Palo Alto called Maum, which means from the heart in Korean. And I was there for about a week, and then COVID happened, and everything got shut down. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to figure out, you know, what to do for a while. I was just kind of in like a downward spiral, as like, you know, a lot of people were. But just recently, a couple of friends wanted me to cook stuff for them, and I did that, and it kind of re-sparked my passion, my interest in cooking again. And so I created a pickup service at my house in Milpitas called Fish Sauce Boogie, where I will make a different dish each week, which is with inspirations from, you know, California ingredients as well as with my Vietnamese background. But really, it's like anything I like to eat. Anywhere from like Korean food, Thai food, anything I could fit in a nice little to-go container. So.
Awesome. You mentioned a little bit about central Vietnam. Is that where you're from? Is that where you draw a lot of your inspiration from?
It's where I draw a lot of my inspiration from. My dad is from the south and my mom is from the north. So yeah, a little mix of the two.
Like my parents. My parents, like, one is from China, one is from Taiwan. Like, who are you? And I'm like, none of them. None of the above. Which side are you on? I don't know, half and half. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but really, I draw a lot of inspiration for what I've watched online. I mean, YouTube's a really great place
YouTube is amazing.
for you could learn just about anything. You know, like you really don't necessarily need to go to culinary school, but I mainly went for the network for it, and I met so many different chefs from everywhere, internationally too. So it was pretty cool. Let me turn this down a little bit. So we're just getting started right here. Before I like to get started on like cooking and everything. I'll turn this up. Oh, wow, that's fancy. Before we like gonna do any of the real cooking, we have to get our mise en place up. So right now we're just making all of our ingredients, cutting everything up. So if you wouldn't mind helping me cut some of the apples into little sleeves. We can keep the peels on if you'd like. Okay. Do you want me to show you a demo?
Yes, please show me.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put this aside real quick. So. Did I say sleeves? Yeah. Oh, I meant little slivers. Little slivers. Yeah, we're gonna cut up into little matchsticks, and these are gonna go into our fried pancake thing. So I like to take off the cores first by cutting
look, and
look
guys.
How beautiful these
my God,
apples
are.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had anything
like candied.
These are
very
delicious.
tart.
Here, should we try one?
Yeah, please.
Here.
Thank
Take
you.
one. There you go.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. Wow. Wow.
2 weeks of the
really
year
good.
that you can get this, so definitely get Macuna's Kitchen
Dude.
box, $25.
Holy shit.
Best thing you will.
These are really
it's
good.
like you can't regret it. It's just like $25, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically one meal for one person.
Especially if you're in the San Francisco area, it's so worth it. And you're buying locally too, and you're supporting, the local areas. So I cut off the core, like so. I'm gonna eat this later on, hardcore people. And then I'm gonna cut little sleeves, or not sleeves, slivers. I keep saying sleeves.
Like,
I don't know why.
Sleeve?
I don't know why I keep
Let's
saying
just
that.
call them sleeves for now.
Let's call them sleeves for now. We're gonna cut off little sleeves, about 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, they're quite thick.
Like so.
Like thick with the CC.
Thick with 3 C's. Beak. And then I'll stack them up like this.
Cute.
I'll line up my knife and then cut all the way down. And let the knife do the work. You're not pushing down on it. You are slicing like that. Cool. So we're gonna create this little matchsticks like so.
Pretty.
And do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, and then we're gonna
Pressure's
on. Cool. And then while she's doing that, I'm gonna peel some shallots to make some fried shallots.
Earlier you were telling me there's like an art to like frying shallots. Why is that?
Yeah, well, frying shallots, you can easily burn them just like frying garlic. So you want to make sure that you're putting a pretty careful eye on them because they'll turn from a nice golden brown to black really, really quickly. So I have my trusty little, where is it? Pink thermometer right here.
Ooh,
that we're gonna use.
Let's see it?
Yeah, I got it because it said rose gold on it. So, or what the color was. So, yeah, I love this thing. This one's awesome.
We like it.
I'm not paid for this sponsorship or for this promotion.
What brand is it though?
Let's see. It is Lava Tools. Lava Tools Javelin.
Sponsorships here.
Yeah, please sponsor me. I love this thing. This has been my favorite tool, and I always keep it in my back pocket, just because you have to make sure.
Yeah.
Everything
like with
using.
things that like burn easily. I mean, I don't have one of those, and I just kind of base it off of like, oh, that's burning. All right.
You just use visually or
Visual check is like all I got.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell a lot from visually.
Smell. Like when you see like smoke coming up
Yes.
in a way that it should not be, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, definitely. Visual check is an indicator what temperature. I can tell with like water at least. If it's starting to steam, it's probably going to be at like around 180. If it's boiling, it's like closer to 200-300. Oil is a little bit different. That's definitely something you want to use a thermometer for. I wouldn't just visually check. Let's see. Yeah. Let me grab another bowl for this real quick.
From either channel, feel free to leave a comment below.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Woo. Got a little bit of that core, but
That's
hey, look
totally
at my
fine.
matchsticks. They're so pretty. There's like they look kind of tie dye. I want to Google why only in this season do these look like this. Like they look like a tie dye, which is very popular.
Super
right now.
trippy.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who did you learn to cook from?
So I originally started getting interest in cooking when I was in high school, watching a lot of like Food Network, and like I learned from my mom originally. She really taught me, some of the core fundamentals of Vietnamese cooking, and like used a lot of California ingredients too. Like she would make braised pork or like thịt nướng in Vietnamese and put like Coca-Cola in it. Which is a little bit different, but the sweetness of the Coca-Cola and like the sugars in there.
Trick. Like I think Korean barbecue uses it as
Yes, yeah. They definitely use it too.
But yeah, that's interesting.
So I learned through there, and really I just like cooked on my own, just like did my own research, and my mom really gave me the freedom to play around in the kitchen, and really she let me like buy anything I wanted and experiment and go crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, actually, the first thing I learned how to make completely on my own was something baked. It was a French silk pie, which.
Whoa, that sounds really intense.
It sounds intense because you have to like like temper chocolate and like melt it down, and then like make your pie crust and everything too. But I really liked that dessert because Marie Callender, when it was still around. We used to go, RIP. We used to go there pretty often, and I would always buy their French silk pie when it was like pie season. So.
What's in a French silk pie?
Man, good question.
I've never had one before.
It's so it is a chocolate-based pie with a regular pie crust, and then it's not really baked. You make the chocolate base first, and then you pretty much just stick it in the fridge, and then it will set. And the texture is like a very not super heavy, rich chocolate. It's very light and airy, and so you can cut into it, and it'll still be pretty like it'll stand on its own. It's kind of fudgy, kind of.
I was
really good.
craving some like fudgy brownie yesterday, and I just went to like buy a store-bought one, and it was so dry, and I was like sad.
Oh no.
That's like what I was craving. I just wanted like a fudgy situation.
Yeah.
And it was not what I had.
Well, did you want to maybe try to bake it yourself, or you just wanted to kick the craving right away?
Yeah, I mean that. We're in production week these 3 weeks at Potli, and
I think that'll be good for now.
It is
That's
just
a lot.
like, yeah, that is a lot.
That is a lot. All right, I'm not actually going to use all of that. I was just going with the flow because we were talking and stuff.
Yeah, and then you just kept going.
Yeah, I just kept going with it. All right, so.
Well, yeah, it's production week at Potli, so that means sometimes I work through lunch, or I always work through lunch. So it's just I forget to eat a lot, and then all of a sudden I'm really hungry and like I need to eat now, and so I was just feeling it after work. It was an awesome day. We did a bunch of production, and I just wanted to. What a nice tool!
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish it
harder.
up and reward myself with something sweet. So that's why. But
Nice, a little mood booster.
They're on getpotli.com. Actually, no, on omedibles.com. There's an amazing brownie recipe. And guess what the secret ingredient is?
What is it?
Guess.
Oh, guess. Is it paprika? Is it something spicy in there? Is it?
It's yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah, and it makes it so good.
Interesting.
It's so good.
Interesting.
It's really, really
good. I've actually heard some people use like sour cream in their like fudge cakes too, and it kind of gives it a little bit of like lightness and richness and texture that is different from a traditional cake. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. The little live cultures in there, just doing magic. So yeah, so I'm waiting for this to heat up right now.
All right.
because I'm going to be frying these guys up.
Ooh, okay.
So let's put these in this little bowl. What we can do next while we're waiting for this thing to fry, whoops.
Is this guy on? Yeah, it's on.
I think so. Yeah, it's just taking a little time. We'll put this right over here.
Oh, cute.
Nice little bowl action going action. And then next, I'm going to cut up the barbecue pork for our pancakes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And this is barbecue pork you already previously made, and you can.
Actually, I didn't make it. I just bought it from like a Chinese takeout spot.
That's fine.
But you know, if you're more than welcome to use any kind of meat product or bacon, even.
We love a good Chinese takeout.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like just hung in the window.
Yeah.
You see the whole pork, and you're like, man.
There's a lot of things
suffered for our goodness.
There's definitely a lot of things I like to make myself, but when I know there's like experts who have done it for like years and years and years, then like I'll let them do it.
Yeah.
You know, like Peking duck, I don't know if something that I'll do quite yet, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, so. that is that, and then slicing Peking duck is like another art form too.
Oh yeah, I can do any slicing stuff. Definitely
it
my.
Takes 108 cuts to cut.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. Well, how do you know that it's 108 cuts? That's a very particular number.
Specific number.
Interesting.
I might be fucking up that number. I'm pretty sure I had an 8 in it because Chinese people think 8 is like lucky.
Ah.
So
that makes total sense.
I'm pretty sure it's 108 cuts.
Ah, okay. That makes total sense.
Me, somebody.
All right. I'm trying to get this hot right now. You know what? Let's use this. Let's just use this burner right here. Explode. Thank you. This thing will get it super hot, super quick. Yeah. Cool. Oh, we were also going to be baking some of the kale because we got some really, really nice kale.
Oh yeah, that's ready.
I think the oven is on, right?
So I've
I'm
taken
going to slide these in.
Stems off by like holding it at the bottom and then like sliding it, doing that exactly, and then Potli olive, CBD olive, and then salt. What temperature are we putting it in?
We're popping these in the oven at 350 degrees, just until they get nice and crispy, and then we're going to use those to top off.
How many minutos?
Roughly 15 to 20 minutes. We're probably going to check in about.
A time?
I'll set a timer.
Hey Siri.
Cool. I got one on my watch.
That actually worked.
Yeah.
Amazing. Siri was ready. Oh.
Was she? I'm going to keep this on here so it can get nice and hot too. So if you guys were interested in getting, food from me, you could follow my Instagram page, Fish Sauce Boogie, because I like to make food that makes you want to dance. And fish sauce is a very staple ingredient in Vietnamese culture, and I use it very, very heavily in all my foods. So check it out. I do drops every Tuesday for the order forms, and then pickups every Thursday in Milpitas. Yeah. Next week I'm gonna take a break though, just to do some R&D, and then also.
Both R&R and R&D.
Yeah, both. Yeah, I need a rest. I've been doing it for like a month straight, and being not in the kitchen for a while, it's a little overwhelming. So I'm throwing these bean sprouts in here to blanch real quick. You generally probably like to cook these. You can eat these raw. I mean, these are pretty good raw. Usually, most Vietnamese restaurants will just serve these like a nice plate of fresh greens, and the bean sprouts will be in it as well. So, yeah. Let's see, what else can I get prepped right now? I'm just kind of waiting for things to get heated.
I love bean sprouts.
They're delicious.
I don't really see it in cooking outside of Asian cooking, but like growing up, and I also don't think it adds that much nutrition, but I don't know, I just love it.
It's kind of like water vegetables, you know?
Yeah, it's like whoa, that's some chef tool over there.
Little tweezers. Yeah, I always just have these. I know I feel like a snob using these in the kitchen.
A little bit.
Right? All right, I'll just use my fingers for them. No.
No, that's boiling.
No, I'm just checking to see the doneness of it, like kind of squeezing it. Just by feel.
If I don't have a tool like that, how do I know their doneness?
Eating it. Yeah, I would just eat one.
Okay.
So, do you want to try it? Is it done?
It's hot.
Still a little crunchy?
Yeah.
Still crunchy?
Done. I think it's
okay,
done.
cool.
Cool.
We'll toss these and cool it down real quick. We just want to blanch them.
Awesome.
So back here, I don't know if you could see. I'm just going to cool them down, throw them with some cold water, just to stop the cooking. And this blanching technique you use for any types of vegetables, any noodles, pasta. It stops it cooking, so it gets the temperature exactly what you want. Am I using cold water? Oh, I was using cold water this whole time.
All right, question.
Yes.
What's your favorite munchie to make?
My favorite munchie to make, a bowl.
What do you crave when you're when you have munchie?
All right, so I have a healthy option, and then I have like a very unhealthy option. Right. So I love to just a bowl of fruit with ice cream. Yeah, hella good, right? I mean, it's refreshing, it's sweet, and it's healthy,
What fruits?
Any kind of berries, mangoes, pineapples.
Mangoes increase your high. There's myrcene in it.
Yes, especially when you eat it like 30 minutes before, right? I think it's the time frame. And what else? Frozen grapes. Frozen grapes are bomb.
But it's not something that it's like something that I learned from the white people. It's like not something like
I'm pretty whitewashed.
Like I don't know, like my parents never did that, and whenever I was like, Mom, I want to do this, they'd be like, what the fuck?
I love frozen grapes, especially when you get
Yeah, I've done it once because I wanted to try it, and it was definitely a special experience. But I can't say I remember to do it.
Right. Just whenever you happen to remember, you put it in there.
What's your unhealthy option?
Making wise or going to get?
Both.
I always have a bag of chips in my room, and then I'll just get a bowl and a lot of Asian snacks, a lot of Asian chips. So I'll have there's the seaweed ones, the Japanese seaweed ones. I like the fish skin chips. I like Funyuns, the hot Cheeto fries, and I'll always have those kind of open and kind of just throw those in a giant bowl and just go to town. If I have any kind of hot sauce, I'll pour that on top. Sometimes I'll pop
chips.
Yeah.
What?
I'm a spice freak. I love my spice.
Well, we've got some spice here.
We got some
sriracha.
Beautiful srirachas we're gonna use later. Cool.
More testing of the temperature.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not scalding hot like it is now. Cool. All right. Where did I put that oil?
What's next?
Oh, now I'm ready to fry that, but I want to cool it down. Yeah, I want to. Oh, there we go. If you ever get past to the point where it's too hot, like right now, it's reading at 380. You just always put more oil in it. It'll cool it down.
Huh.
Yeah. That way, you don't start burning your shallots or garlic or.
What temperature do you want your oil?
I want my oil to be right around 300. And you can see it's 330. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. Right around 300. That way you can kind of keep an eye on it and it's not going to burn your shallots too fast.
And they're going to sizzle once as soon as you put them in.
Let me see. They got a lot of water in it too, so just be careful when you do these. They might. Yeah, so we're just about, I don't know if you can read that, just about 330. Okay, so we're going to have to move a little bit fast with these. That's something we can work with. So.
All right. Ooh. They look gorgeous. This is do a zoomies on that. Mmm, incredible. Do your parents know you consume cannabis?
I've talked to both of them about it before, definitely.
Okay. What age were you and when did this happen?
College, I would say, around college
Before
age.
school?
Before cooking school for sure. Actually, oh my God, funny story. So my dad found out, I'm gonna grab something over here real quick. My dad actually caught me smoking in my room one time.
That's like you were trying to get caught.
Yeah, well, so my dad, like, I could hear my house pretty well, or so I thought, and like, I thought my dad wasn't home, and like, usually I could hear the garage open, and I would,
Right.
not smoke and whatnot. And he came into my room as I was exhaling, and that's how my dad found out that I smoked weed.
Caught
And
red-handed.
yeah, super red-handed. And I had a talk with had an intervention with my mom and me, and I was just like, yeah, it was bad.
What
it was
age
bad.
were you when that happened?
I think I was like 23, 22,
Okay.
or something like that. No, definitely more like mid-20s. I'm a late bloomer when it came to smoking.
No worries.
So, yeah.
We love the late bloomer.
Yeah, but
I didn't also start smoking heavily until college. I tried smoking weed when I was
Really?
in middle school with my ballet troupe
Mm-hmm.
of all
Interesting.
of all places, and then once again in high school, but I didn't really get access to it until I went to the East Coast. Which is kind of
ballet
funny.
troupe, that's such
Yeah.
an interesting group to
Right.
start with, yeah.
It's a group of girls, and
Yeah.
they're all curious, and everybody wants to. And it's like a sleepover, and
Right.
oh my God, they look amazing.
They're getting there. So these are they're going right now. We're waiting for them to start to get like a amber color, because they'll go from like brown to black real quick. Once you start to see them like amber a little bit, like the color. All right, I'm gonna use my little tweezers here for this.
Pretentious tweezers.
My pretentious tweezers. Kind of like that brownish color, but a lot darker. Once it gets there, then it's ready to take off. And I have a oil thing ready and a strainer, and then I'll just pop it straight in there.
Got
you
it.
know. And then
do you cook to dietary restrictions? Like, do you have like a vegetarian menu when you do your
my pop-ups?
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm just kind of sticking to what I want to make, but I eventually want to open up and have vegetarian options, vegan options, pescatarian options. Right now, my menu,
Gluten-free options.
gluten-free options, yes. But I'm a one-man show, and I'm just kind of
Right.
I'm just making food that I want to make, but I eventually want to open up and do that more. I'm also starting and test piloting a home delivery option. The food's going to be completely different, but that's more catered to the individual and what they want. So, let's see. Not quite yet.
Not quite, okay.
yet. We put a lot in here, so it's going to take some time, but we'll
Tell
keep
me
a little.
about your signature dish. Like, what are you most proud of, and what represents you?
Thank you for asking. So something I stumbled upon when I'm making pho. Actually, for a Vietnamese person, I never really made pho until I went to culinary school.
Are you serious?
Believe it or not,
oh
yeah.
my God, I need to have this.
Yeah, I think you'll really like it. So I made pho at culinary school, and how pho is usually a very, very clear broth? Well, I was cooking the shit out of it, and it was super duper dense, kind of like ramen, right? And so I was like, oh man, I can't make this clear. I don't want to try to clarify it either, because it'll take away some of the flavor. So what I did, I just continued to cook the shit out of it. It was really brothy, or not brothy, kind of cloudy, and then I emulsified it later, kind of like ramen. And I was thinking
Emulsified it, you mixed it all up to make it
one cohesive,
Got it.
thick. It's basically when you're making
With
mayonnaise,
a
a hand blender.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
exactly, with the hand blender.
I'm with this thing, and you're like, yes.
Yes,
And I'm
that.
like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thank
That little
you,
trusty
thank
wand.
you. I'm like, that thing.
Yes.
Okay. Love that we have that connection.
And I love pho and I love ramen, so I wanted to marry the two together. And so I created something of those two natures, a beef-based broth. I used Wagyu. I had poached egg in there. I put in a little bit more Japanese flavors katsuobushi and just the dashi in general. And so I created
But
something.
you still did rice noodles.
I still use rice noodles. I use a thicker one too, not the super thin ones that you typically have in pho. So something closer.
That's like a more like traditional, or it's like an either.
It's fresher.
Okay.
So usually when you find the thicker noodles, it's someone has made that locally.
So tell me, I mean, one of my favorite restaurants in San Jose is Pho 90. For Pho 90 or Pho 99?
Ooh, yeah, in Vietnam Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is booming right now.
That place is my favorite.
It's so
I
good.
haven't had that in like 2 years, maybe 3.
Oh my God. Well, when you come down, we should go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Well, I want your pho too.
I will definitely have to come up sometime. I'll make it for you.
What else is in that pho?
So,
Cilantro?
so a little bit of cilantro, of course. I put some, what is that called? Not daikons. What's the, man, I can't think of it right now. Bamboo shoots. Bamboo shoots.
That's very Japanese.
Very Japanese. So just like things that you would see in ramen and pho, I put it together and I call it framen. Yeah.
Interesting.
Copywriting that name.
Well, you should get on the trademark situation.
Yeah, definitely
early.
should. So that's
Ramen.
something I'm pretty proud that I discovered.
Love that.
But,
I love that you took something that is like so rooted in Vietnamese culture.
Yeah.
And upgraded and made it your own.
Well, a lot of the food that I like to cook, it's not very traditional Vietnamese. Because I mean, although I grew up, eating Vietnamese food and I come from a Vietnamese background, I am super whitewashed. Very, very whitewashed. I grew up here in Milpitas in California.
Hey.
And, been here my entire life. I went to Vietnam once, but I don't feel that I'm like as connected as I am.
I feel like in the Bay Area, like there's this like Bay culture where it's like.
Ooh, it's getting close.
It's like we have had a lot of like culture around us growing up.
Right.
Like the fact that like there's a Vietnam town, right? And I think that like what you're making is like your version of our culture.
Yes.
Which is like, yes, we have a very strong sense of our heritage and where we're from, and growing up, all my meals at least were pretty much like going to Vietnam Town or going to Chinatown or eating food from my like the different regions around me. But also I grew up here, and so it's you get to have all these really intense cultures right around you too.
Yeah. And that's the beauty about living in the Bay Area in California. And so
Absolutely.
that's a lot of my cooking too, is like I draw inspiration from all the different cultures around here, a little bit of Mexican, a little bit of Korean, a little bit of Japanese, a little bit of Thai, everything together, and I make like these little mixed dishes. And before we continue, this is ready now. And I'm gonna actually pour this back over here because I don't want...
What's interesting to me that the bubbles got
Quieter.
quiet.
Yeah, so the bubbles are the moisture that is trapped inside the
My tea.
oh, yeah, go ahead. The little bubbles right here is just the moisture that is trapped inside it. And so, once a good indicator to know that it's done is if it starts to slowly holds away. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave this in here because it's super duper hot and I don't want to hurt
That's very
anyone.
much, what you were talking about is very much rooted in how like Potli makes our ingredients. We are absolutely rooted in our Asian culture, but we pay homage to the fact that we're born and raised in California, specifically Northern California. So much of the produce, like the Tuna Kitchen has shown, is incredible. It's beautiful. So yeah, we're just super proud to be living in a place where we have so much access
Yeah.
to amazing things. Like this was all grown miles from us, and you got 2 big kids that grew up in the Bay and are trying to put forth and innovate on what we've grown up with. So I'm really happy that you're here today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
This is
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Crunchy.
try some.
Oh.
Good, right? I have a natural sweetness from the sugars that's inside the shallots. Oh, so good. So freaking good. All right. All right, I think we have all our mise en place ready. Mise en place is like a chefy term for like everything in place. So you just want to make sure you have everything ready. That way you're not trying to frantically grab something real quick. So really like the most important thing I learned in culinary school is just being organized.
Right.
you know, so have
Super
everything.
important.
Yeah, super duper important. Just makes life easier, you know.
Whenever I'm hiring like production assistants, I love when they have gone through culinary school because they then really care about, they'll clean up right after, and like there's no, when you clean up as you go, as chefs do, and it was honestly one of the biggest reasons why I did not like cooking to begin with, because I don't like the cleaning.
Right.
But if you cook as you go, or clean as you go, sorry, cooking clean as you go,
Yes.
it actually makes the whole process a lot better.
Oh,
so.
way better, way easier.
It's not, there's not a huge mess at the end that you have to then go and like tackle. So yeah.
Yes.
Is this the three ladies, like this is the official brand?
This is the brand I recommend getting, for sure. This one or the rose one, but like we like our three ladies, our three fine ladies here.
My dad, whenever we buy rice, he always goes for the three ladies. And I'm like, ooh.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna grab these out of the oven.
No worries.
I think these are ready.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My kale.
I don't know, viewers. What do you think? Does these look nice and crispy?
Ooh, they're like still sizzling.
Ooh, yeah.
Popping.
These are good. Ooh, look. They're like nice and crispy. You can
They're
hear
like
it.
chips.
like
Oh
an
my god, that
ASMR.
was the perfect.
Do you hear that? Oh my god. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna let this cool down over here because this pan is still really, really hot. And that's for our second dish anyway. So, all right, I think I'm ready for our first dish. Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Yum.
So I'm gonna get this thing nice and hot.
This is the pizza.
This is the pizza, yeah. So this is called
Vietnamese
Bánh Nướng. Move this over
I'm not
here.
gonna repeat you.
It's
like,
okay.
I feel very like I'm mature yet. And
Oh my god. I mean, I'm sure all my Vietnamese friends are like, you're saying it wrong. I'm like super duper whitewashed compared to some of them. So please excuse me.
Accent.
I have a
Don't say
California
that.
accent. You know.
You sound
So.
pretty legit to me.
Thank you. Thank you.
So usually like we put that in water, so you're just putting it directly.
So yeah, so you use 2 pieces of rice paper, and then what I would do is just get a little bit of water right here, and just kind of get it nice and wet, and kind of push it together. Let me get my spoon and tongs, and then
So many official
I'm gonna put this on here
things.
and start to kind of seal it together.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
and it goes really, really quickly. So, whoop. All right, there. Come on, work with me, guy. So you're gonna get both sides nice and sealed together. I'm gonna adjust the heat on this. It's kind of hot. And then what you wanna aim for is see those little like white opaque
crispies.
pockets. Yeah, you want it to get nice and crispy and really
But
create a
I
layer.
feel like those crispies came from the water, or was it just
The-
by frying?
It's the combination of the water kind of rehydrating the rice paper and then the heat from the pan.
Fish cakes. Or
Yeah.
Not fish cake.
Shrimp cakes.
Shrimp cakes.
Shrimp cakes, yeah. So you're gonna have that very similar texture. And so I'm trying to get nice and sealed together. I'm trying to flip it pretty often so it doesn't
pretty
burn
color.
too much. Cool. And then once you get a nice, like solid single piece, like so, you're gonna put on a little bit of shallots or scallion oil. I made this beautiful ginger scallion sauce from scratch when I made
Hainan chicken.
when I made Hainan chicken. Yeah, I actually made it yesterday for a client of mine.
Oh, I love
So,
Hainan chicken.
oh my god, here, you want some?
Yeah.
This is really good.
I used to just eat the sauce.
Yeah, you definitely can. Do I have an extra spoon or something? Yeah, you could use. Yeah,
I'll get a proper. Okay.
there you go.
But this is like a lot of like ginger,
Garlic, scallions.
scallion.
I put chicken fat in there. A little bit of salt. It's really good, right? Yeah, put a little
It's
bit more.
really good.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Hainan,
that color.
Hainan chicken is actually my all-time favorite dish. It's something I would say
Really?
as I say, it
Isn't it
represents
hard
me.
to make?
It is. It's easy to make, hard to master. So, yes, it's really.
Heard it here first.
And I've been making it for a very long time. So after you get a nice little like layer of the scallion oil, you only need to put like just a little bit, just to kind of give it a binder. And
that's
then
egg?
that's eggs right here. It's just egg. And careful while you're doing this, try not to
Oh my god, this is
get it in the
so
bottom.
cool.
Like this.
This is really cool.
You know what's funny? I the first time I ever had this is when I made it myself. I was.
And then did you have it like
in person
yeah.
or like officially? Well, so I never gone to.
Is this like a street food thing?
This is a street food thing. It's in like Khoái, central Vietnam, and where you can actually get it. Well, not really locally, but I first heard about it at this restaurant in New York City called D&D. Dennis Ngo, fantastic chef out there, and he really took a lot of inspiration from Khoái and like brought that Vietnamese food over to New York. So
Love
really
it.
cool. So we got a little bit of eggs in there, and then
Yeah, you know, keep going. But like when people think about Vietnamese food, I swear it's like only like pho and like
Pho.
the rice.
Yes.
Rice with the barbecue pork or
Mhm.
like the barbecue side, and then maybe like the. I'm like so embarrassed to say.
no, describe
like
the dish.
Bún bò Huế.
Bún bò Huế?
Yes.
Oh, wow, I'm surprised you know that. Actually, I mean, most people know more like pho and stuff like that, but I tell them like, no. The best
Yeah.
noodle dish is bún bò Huế,
Yeah.
which is like a spicy, sour
Yep.
version, a lot of lemongrass in there.
There's one in
Are you allergic to
San
nuts?
Jose. No.
Okay, cool.
That has pizzle in it. Do you know
Mhm.
what that is?
Yeah, actually, I've had that before, and I actually kind of
yeah?
like it. Yeah.
Do you want to
No
explain?
homo. So,
What pizzle is?
pizzle is bull's penis, and it's kind of like tendon. Once they cook it down, it's like really tender and stuff. And like the reason why you eat it is because like it's supposed to give you lots of vitality and strength
Right.
and girth,
Right.
and
Right.
so that's why people
It's kind
eat
of
it.
like I mean, it's kind of like Chinese people say this, and I don't know if Vietnamese people also have this
Yeah.
thing, but it's like whatever you eat, it like restores that portion of your body.
You are what you eat.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. I think she's ready.
Oh my
Let me
gosh,
see if
it
I
looks
can.
so cute.
Let me see if I can bring this without breaking it.
Oh my goodness. So is it meant to be eaten like you kind of it's like a chip and then
So you can eat it two ways.
Right.
You can eat it. We can cut it, or we can, or some people also fold it like a little quesadilla, and they'll just wrap it up and eat it like a snack. So really, you can eat it however. Well, we'll share. Actually, before we do that, let's also top this off.
I have a little like plating thing like that maybe. Would this be cute for it?
Ooh, you want to wrap it? Okay, we'll do another one so I can show you like the pizza version.
Yeah.
But before.
We'll do the pizza version.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put a little bit of.
Share later.
Oh, this is not even open. I like just bought this.
Here's a plate.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, Japanese mayo.
Kewpie Mayo is my favorite.
Kewpie.
So we're gonna put a little bit of Kewpie Mayo all around it.
This is almost make it like a little bit like okonomiyaki.
Right? And a little bit of Potli Sriracha. There you go. Is it already open? How do I open this? Oh, this is brand new.
Yeah.
I gotta crack this open.
Child-resistant packaging.
Yeah, Daniel resistant too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotta
Leave
push
this in.
down. And 1 full milliliter is 1 full milligram. So 1 full dropper is 1 full milliliter. So you want
So we're
to
gonna
put whole thing on.
And put the whole thing on.
Yeah, that was
couple
like
of
0.2
drops.
milligrams. Cute.
Say we can put more on that. What do you think?
Yeah, I can keep the level up.
All
I
right,
think-
cool.
Oh,
I'll put
pretty.
maybe 3 drops. How about that?
3 milli, a 3
Yeah.
milli pizza.
Rules of thirds. Let's do
Alright.
that. Cool.
Wonderful. And there you have it.
There you have it. Nice little pizza. I'm gonna cut this up.
Cute.
Some nice
Oh my
little
goodness.
snacks.
I love this. It's like a chip.
Right?
That, you know, it's like, and it's got so many like goodness on it, so much goodness on it, and I'm into this one.
You like it?
I like it.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked when I first heard about this. I was like, you can just make this anytime you want. And really, you could put any toppings on it. You know, you could put like squid, shrimp. All right, well, this is like super duper crunchy. This is probably the crunchiest one I've ever made so far.
We like the crunch.
Yeah. ASMR. Cool.
Should we just
Alright.
eat it in silence so
Yeah, cheers.
people can really hear?
Oh man, this sriracha is bomb. This is my first time having it too.
Excuse me. Really?
Yeah. Wow.
This is not fruitful. Oh my god.
You guys want some too?
I've got it here. We're gonna keep it here for.
Presentation.
All right. Numero uno. Oh my god, that was delicious.
Want another one? I'll make another one later.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
This is my favorite tool.
Yeah.
Ice
same.
cream board.
I use that for scraping the honey off the sides.
It's fantastic. I mean, like, it's very hard, sturdy.
Also, like I've also figured like sometimes there's like stains that are hard to clean, and I just use it to scrape.
Do you have the metal one?
I do have the metal one. I have
Yeah,
both.
that's the one. That's one to use for that, for sure. All right.
Wow, just exchanging the tools.
Happy to share any of my, industry secrets, kitchen secrets, or whatever. I mean, they're not really secrets to me. So you can also follow me on my Instagram page, Daniel Chef Le, L-E. I'm happy to answer any of your questions in terms of culinary school, cooking, colors of sky, you name it.
Question.
So, yes.
How long does culinary school, like, how many years is it?
So it ranges. It can be as short as a 6-week program or like a 12-week program. I think ICC, International Culinary Center in New York, is like, I think a 12 to 8-week program. I don't know off the top of my head. But the school I went to, which is like, I mean, not to toot my horn, like the best culinary school to go to, it's the premier culinary school. It's like better than Cordon Bleu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
So it's a school out in New York. There's also a location in California in Hyde Park, which is like in the Napa Valley. And it's a 1.5-year program. And the reason why I think it's better, because they really extend each course that you do to a 3-week program. So you're 3 weeks in learning how to fabricate meats. You're 3 weeks to learn how to fabricate fish. 3 weeks to learn the a la carte style, which is like what most restaurants are. You prepare stuff for the day. When you get an order in, you'll make that dish for them. So, and then we also had 12 weeks in our school's restaurants, which we call it Restaurant Row. We're basically 6 weeks in the back of house, 6 weeks in the front of house. So we also learn like table service. Yeah.
I see. I mean, what was your favorite about the entire course?
Wines course.
Wine.
Yeah, so we
What
get to
are you
have
doing in food?
We had wine and food goes hand in hand together. So I really liked.
I'm eating the
Oh, go
product.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Let me
no,
see. Let me get another pan. Let me get a smaller pan. No, keep eating. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Hey, you want the shallots too?
No,
Go to town.
Don't have me.
So the wines course. So the wines course was a 3-week program. We drank about like 8 to 12 glasses per day. Talked about the wine, where it came from, comparisons.
You're drunk and you're like,
Oh yeah, I was smashed every single day at school. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It was the best class ever.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of class can you go to where you're drinking at like 10 a.m. in the morning and then you're walking out like, hey, what's going on? So.
What are we doing here?
So we're gonna now make the pancakes. It's a generous amount of oil on here. You wanna get it nice and hot. Oh, actually before we do that, I'm gonna cool this down. I forgot to do one more thing. I'm gonna cut up some of the pork.
So what is
First.
the name of the school that you went to?
Oh, the Culinary Institute of America, or the CIA. Yeah. Not.
Yeah. We have some fans writing in.
Oh, really?
Saying that
Do we have a chat box?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Totally forgot. I thought it was just us hanging out here. I totally forgot we're on
then
Twitch
we're
right now.
We're live, actually.
I'm mad.
Shout out to Brandon Moses.
Like, well, I don't need this. I don't need to be. Let's
Wow,
see.
holy, amazing.
Yeah, check this
Oh
out.
my goodness, where is this from?
I got it at Marina Foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that spot. That spot's the best.
Marina.
So we're gonna cut these up real quick.
I grew up
Get 'em
going
nice.
to Marina. Well, my dad went to Marina, but
Yeah.
I grew up like that plaza in Union City, and then it's a chain. So did you go to the one in Fremont?
Actually, there's one in Milpitas now. It used to be in
really?
Albertsons, and then it used to be a Lucky's, and then back to an Albertsons, and then it turned into Marina Foods.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Crushing it.
yeah. There's, I think like Asians have kind of taken over Milpitas because there's only
Oh, Milpitas is
Yeah.
only like.
it's only Asians now because the only like American
Like
supermarket.
Indian people, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of Indians too, especially in my neighborhood. The only like American
Oh
or
my God,
American.
This is the most like beautiful like. Is this
you go, right?
cashew?
Yeah,
Oh my God, it's amazing.
pretty good, right? I'm gonna
It's
put
so
it back.
red, but like it's such a good red. Sometimes it's like kind of like a pink, and it like weirds me out.
Yeah, it's the I think it's the annatto seeds, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very common ingredient in Asian and Latin culture. Actually, it gives it a lot
Cool.
of color and a lot of foods. You'll see it in bumbo hui. You'll see it in this. Yeah, that's how you get that like amberish, like orange color in there. So, all right, we got some of those.
Whoa.
We'll put this away. We're gonna use that. So this batter that I'm about to pour inside here is a very universal batter. You can make a lot of things with it.
It's called.
It's called, well, I don't know the name of the batter exactly, but you can make Bánh with it, which is like the little crepe that
yeah.
has like ground pork
Yeah.
and bean sprouts.
Vamp has, I think, made that before.
Oh,
You know
really?
him?
I don't think so.
Well,
I should meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also can make this with it. We're about to make, which is more like a pancake style. And you can also make what my favorite is called Pancake, which is like a tiny version of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
little
love
baby
baby
ones.
things.
So it uses the takoyaki pans, and you basically make them inside there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But takoyaki is so small, like it's like round.
Yeah. So it's more like a little cup because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
in the shell. It's not like spherical like takoyaki is.
Oh my gosh,
So.
I'm scared. I hear the what?
Whoa. Maybe we'll turn this down a little bit.
Yeah, that thing gets real hot real fast.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't clean it well.
I should have wiped it down before.
It's my fault.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me, my fellow chefs.
No, it's Felicity's pan, so that's why it's
I'm gonna check the temp of it real quick. I don't want to like burn.
So what's in this mix? I mean, we're gonna post all the details also online on Get Potli, as well as on under the recipe
Yes.
on when we post to YouTube. So
So it's very universal batter. There is rice flour in here. There's a little bit of regular flour. You don't really need it. There is coconut milk in here. There's a tiny bit of baking soda, a little bit of turmeric for the color, and did I say coconut milk already? I did say coconut milk already. And soda. So or
Soda?
beer. Yeah, you want the carbonation of here to kind of give it the bubbles that we're about to see. In here, yeah, a little bit of baking soda, and yeah. So you can put any kind of beer in here. I put Coco Rico, which is like a coconut flavored soda, and it's a very common ingredient inside.
we're all like scared of this.
Yeah,
pan.
I don't want to hurt you, or I don't want to hurt me either, too. But we're gonna try this. So,
Let's do it.
all right.
So,
Fuck it, let's just try it.
okay.
All right, do we have something to like kind of shield us in case like this thing goes
Shield us?
crazy? Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, not that.
What do we do for a shield?
All right, we'll try that. We'll try that. Is it going? Good. All right, let's get a nice little crepe going in here. All right.
Oh,
That
wow.
looks pretty good.
Damn.
Oh, now it's not splashing. Hey, look at that.
And it's
Cool. So now it's starting to like fry and puff up in here.
And what
And
temperature
then-
did you wait for it to get to?
To a crazy loud splashing temperature,
Yeah, that one. Like the one.
like how we had it before. Ooh, the kale chips. Let's break some of these.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll bring some of these over. You want to crack a couple of these and we'll just put it in the bowl right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put it in there.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh my god, they're so pretty. Like, cracked into how small?
Coarse sizes. I like them still pretty, like, you know, fairly big. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this in here, the bean sprouts that we cooked off earlier.
Oh my god. I mean, I would just eat these kale as chips.
Apples in here.
Which is, I think, a good like idea for munchies if
yeah.
you have this box, guys.
Damn, look at that color. Did it turn pink from the
Whoa.
apples?
Oh, the apples are in?
Yeah, I'm putting some apples in there too. I like it like warmed up a little bit.
In top?
Yeah, just throw it on the top.
Ooh. Oh, this is beautiful.
Slide a couple of these guys in here too. Yeah, go crazy.
Go crazy?
Go
More?
crazy. No, okay, that's good. All right.
Ooh, so this is kind of like an omelet.
A little bit.
But like.
It should solidify. Oh, yes.
Like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Ow.
Ooh, ooh. Where's my shield?
Don't worry, this is not hurting. So I'm trying to give it shape right now, and by folding it in half, and that way we can cut it up into little pieces. Okay. And let's get a surface. Oh, I got one right behind me.
A surface?
Yeah, because it's super duper hot, so I don't want to put it on the. I don't want to put it on the cutting board.
I see. Oh my god, it's like a big omelet fried taco situation.
Man, we fill this one up fat with.
She's thick.
She's super duper thick. Thick with 4 C's. All right, can I do this?
That's the measurement of thickness. How many C's?
How many C's? All right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. This is way bigger than I
I
want to
couldn't help
make
it.
it.
Like I'm like zero.
Hold on. No, I got another thing. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Oh no.
All my friends are like, "What are you doing, Daniel?"
You got this.
All right, there we go. Now it's moving.
Teamwork. Make the dream work. Oh.
Here we go.
I mean,
Well, now it's just opened up, but
that's okay.
it's okay. I'm sure this is gonna still taste pretty good.
It's so pretty. I can't believe the outside is like a red color.
Yeah, that's super
And then
interesting.
the color. I wonder what makes it that way.
That is a good question.
We don't know, guys, but in this week's episode of Potluck Live.
We're gonna put a little bit more. Well, let me get this out of the way. Slide this out.
These kale chips are so good.
I'm gonna put more on
How
there.
many minutes did you? 15 minutes.
Yes. How come my alarm didn't go off? That was weird. Cool. All right, now let's cut this guy up real quick.
Because you didn't tell Siri to do it.
True. I should have asked for Siri. That's the magic password. Ooh, actually, there's like a nice bit of texture in here. I can feel it.
The crunch?
I can feel it. Yeah. Generally, I don't like to use my knife on a metal surface, but I will sharpen this thing later. So.
We are sorry.
That's okay.
Knife.
Okay, this is my trusty tool. All right, let's put a little bit of extra love on this thing. What about this guy? You want to do the honors?
Sure.
Oh, she's going ham on there.
No.
Don't need the dropper for this one.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Boom.
All right. Yeah.
Go for it?
Just go for it.
All right.
Let's. You want to get a plate? You want to eat it with a plate, or can you use your hands? I like eating with my hands.
Do it.
So.
Get into it.
Let's see. It's a lot
it's
softer.
hot.
Yeah, it's really hot. We'll let it cool down a little bit. Maybe we should get a plate. Maybe we
We're
should get a
like
plate.
backtrack, right?
Yeah. Let's get a plate.
Change course. All right, plates. Plates.
Plates. I have a thing to serve it with. Can you put this
Yes,
on?
you do.
There you go.
Yum.
Let me get this guy right here.
All right.
I just got on here real quick. Very not graceful at all.
Yeah, that's all right. She's beauty and she's price. Mmm.
Ooh. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. The apples, the kale, the sriracha.
The pink lady apple. Mmm. It's really good.
Mmm.
It's delicious.
Mmm. Oh my god, the apples really give it a nice, like, refreshing bite. And then, like, it's hot and oily and greasy, and then you get the apples. It's like a breath
I feel like
fresh wind.
I'm like in Vietnam, on a stall, like sitting on the side, like
Sitting on a little stool.
or like you eat standing when you're like at a what are those called? Street stalls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm often eating standing, or like walking somewhere. I'm like picking this and it's in a bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh, actually.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much for coming on to this show.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And like really showing us like what you like to make and what you like to cook. Everybody follow Chef
Daniel Chef Lay.
Daniel Chef Lay.
Instagram. It's really all I use.
And
Yeah.
your other Instagram.
And my other one is Fish Sauce Boogie. Who like to
Fish
make
Sauce
food
Boogie.
that makes you want to dance.
And get Potli if you aren't subscribed already. Vicuna Kitchen SF if you need some fresh veggies. $25. Literally best thing you can get in the entire world for $25. Literally just goodness and freshness delivered to your door. So thank you so much, Andres. And I have to put my hit. Goodbye.